We are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports War. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port. Once again, it is the Barnes and Tony show. We have Shanna from the couch, Michael and Renee in the vicinity.
Yes.
Matthew logged in and ready.
Matthew already with a comment asking if Brunson is pretending that Chief won in the thumbnail image. I mean, you know Brunson more than I. Possibility?
You know, I think it's just one of those things. It's this, it's that. But I honestly, I think it's just a coincidence, really. In all
seriousness. I think so too. Well, I don't know. He's doing like is that like some motion like that they hit for the three or whatever?
Yeah, that's probably more or less what it is.
You know?
So obviously, there's a lot to go over today,
so much to go over, dude.
But let's start in our favorite place, the world of Major League Baseball.
2-2, he got him swinging. The back-to-back strikeouts for Robbie Ray.
There's damage right there. Shohei, way, Cy-Yo, nada, where did that land?
Stuck to Chapman, who leaps up and grabs it.
Story spins and fires. Out at first.
There it goes. See ya. Home run, Aaron Judge.
All right, Tony. So nice to kind of start with baseball. Been a long time since we've let off there.
That's a little treat here for me, Brian.
A bunch of newsworthy items to go over. Wow. Obviously, you know which one I have circled on my list here, and that would be none other than Anthony Rizzo.
Oh, that's
re-upping with the New York Yankees. To sum up the deal here, guaranteed 2 years, $34 million.
Absolutely love it.
Option for the third year for another 17.
Great contract.
With the option of a $6 million buyout. So basically, he's guaranteed 2 years and $40 million. And like you say, definitely a great contract.
For both parties, really, dude. It's a win-win.
For both parties. And I mean, I think Rizzo, could he have gotten, instead
more?
Of 2 for 34, could he have gotten 2 for 45? Maybe, or a little, around there. But it's like, he loves New York, and I know he wants to finish his career as a Yankee, but also bring a title to New York. You could just tell that's very important.
That's what's called being a class act
to him, there. And obviously, a good sign. And of course, it doesn't mean anything, however you want to coin it. But him being very close with Aaron Judge, so I'm sure very good there. Judge is happy about that.
Do you think that the Yankees were maybe rushing to sign Rizzo to kind of maybe entice Judge,
I think it's possible they're connected, but I do think, just generally speaking, they just like what he brings at first,
I mean, I would too.
It's funny too, because someone around his age would be concerned about the decline, this and that, but I honestly think, being it's a short-term deal, I think he's a lock to produce at the level that he produced at last season, if not maybe a little more, maybe get to 40 home runs. I mean, that porch is perfect for his swing. So I love that. The leadership, the defensive first base.
The porch.
It's all very good there. And then we did have Hal Steinbrenner speaking at the owners meeting yesterday, and basically talked for actually about a half hour about how important Aaron Judge is to the team and how they will not be outbid for him. So of course, you feel pretty good about that. And let's get this deal done, and then we can really get the offseason going. Some other things around the league, and this one relates to you, Tony. Buck Showalter, 4th time in his career, manager of the year. He wins it for the NL, and on the American League side, Terry Francona actually winning his 3rd manager of the year award. These awards, of course, are strictly for the regular season. Obviously. I know a couple of people were chirping about the collapse in the postseason, really for both teams. I mean, I know obviously Guardians much wasn't expected. Thank you, Michael. Just wanted to get that stuff out there. Also, Jock Peterson and Martin Perez, Peterson of the Giants, Perez of the Rangers, the only two. I want to say there was like 13 guys that were given qualifying offers. They were the only two to accept them. Both are going to make $19.65 million. So, I think for Peterson, it makes sense. I kind of question Perez. I mean, I don't know if it's just he didn't think he could get that per season, but I don't know. I mean, I just think there's a shortage of starting pitching on the open market. And I mean, he couldn't have gotten 3 years, 45 million, 3 years, even almost 60 million. I don't know. I mean, maybe he just likes being in Texas. I don't know.
He must, right? You would think. I mean, I would imagine, Texas seems like they're trying to make some big moves. So I don't know. Maybe he was kind of told, hey, you take this qualifying offer. We're going to put more pieces around you. You're going to be a contending team. You're going to be winning. And then from there, maybe we can, talk about a bigger contract from there sort of deal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I definitely could see that. Then we also had the Blue Jays, a surprising DFA of Ramal Tapia, and Tapia came over in the trade before the year last season for Randall Grichuk. Tapia, 265, 7 homers, 52 RBIs, only 8 stolen bases. I just feel like that trade from the start, I didn't really see it because Grichuk at times can be pretty good. So nevertheless, Tapia, I think is a good fourth outfielder. And the first thing I thought of when he was, made available here, and, teams can claim him on waivers, obviously doesn't really have much of a salary. I could see the Mets, maybe backup outfielder.
They certainly need some help in the outfield.
Great defense.
And also, we talk about, Nimmo possibly leaving. So
could be the stars aligning, Tony.
I know. So maybe I did hear that Yankees interested in Nimmo.
Yeah, I hope they don't do that.
Why would they be? Why do they need, are they just looking for like some extra guys in the outfield? Like, what's the deal there?
I think they're really considering everything at this point, just because.
As in, like, Judge not coming back.
No, that has nothing to do with it. But
you said considering everything, like.
I think they just.
Like every
I think for once, especially because of the length that Hal went to discuss at the owners' meeting, Judge, yesterday, and also he did say there's no definitive budget out there, so that means that maybe this is the offseason. They kind of extend things, and I kind of feel like, and tell me that I'm wrong here, Tony, but we saw him get booed off the field pretty much when he was there for Jeter. I think his mindset might be changing a little bit.
I mean, finally, it's about time, that stubborn bastard. I mean, when you think about it, I feel like he's gotten so much slack, and he has to be hearing about it. And it's not even just like over social media or over the radio where like maybe he may not hear, like you said, like he's getting booed when he's showing face, at Yankee Stadium. That's got to have some sort of impact, some sort of indication that, oh, wow, maybe I'm doing some things that aren't great for the team that obviously the fans don't like. So maybe I should do something different finally.
Yeah. So that's my hope. Really other than Judge, I would be fine with obviously making some trades, getting the dead weight out of there. But if they could pull in Carlos Rodon for that rotation, that would be tremendous.
Carlos Rodon's going to be money.
But he said no budget in sight. So
you think he's full of it or what?
I honestly don't. Like I said, I just think he's come to a realization point.
Turning a new leaf.
Yeah. Speaking of turning a new leaf, Tyler Anderson is switching teams, going up I-5 in California.
Wow.
From the Dodgers to the Angels, 3 years, $39 million. And this was in wake of declining the Dodgers' $19.65 qualifying offer. We know, he had a great year in Los Angeles last year, 2.57 ERA. What's your thoughts on this signing for Los Angeles? Angels.
I would say, yeah, you gotta be specific here. I would say great job for the Angels, right? I mean, we talked about their pitching, and something that they need to improve upon, amongst other things. But Anderson had a phenomenal year with the Dodgers last season. Very big stretches of looking almost unhittable. And he was a big reason why the Dodgers were successful. We know that they had some lulls offensively, but he remained consistent in terms of pitching all year for the most part. So I would expect that, Angels, Trout, pretty happy.
Yeah, and believe it or
Right.
not, I want to say might have been 7th. The Angels started rotation last year, 7th in the majors with ERA.
Wait, really?
Yeah, you would have never thought that.
Never would have thought that.
So, you put him in the mix. You have Ohtani, Detmers through the no-hitter.
Dangerous.
You might have a shot to have a decent rotation.
Just need some offense here.
The Padres, and I guess the terms weren't announced here. So Nick Martinez, I guess he's a reliever, but he started at times before, right? Well, he was on Texas, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So you opt out of 3 years and $32 million, re-signed on a 3-year contract. I don't know what the terms are, so I'd imagine it's more than that $32 million, 3.47 ERA. But maybe I'm a little biased. Maybe I haven't watched him recently. 95 strikeouts, 41 base on balls in 106 innings, but he never impressed me. So it does seem like a big salary. All I'm saying is, maybe he works there, but I would be pissed if the Yankees gave him that type of money.
Will they?
No, I mean, he's already resigned.
Yeah. So
no, I'm just saying. Doesn't
like
that
if
seem
the Yankees would have, you'd been tight.
No, and I'm just saying, don't you think that seems a little steep for him or no?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, you said terms haven't been exactly.
But I mean, obviously,
out.
he's not opting out of $32 million to get less, so it's going to be more than 3 years, $32 million.
Wow, that is so crazy, actually. Yeah,
and maybe he ended the year as a closer. I don't. Oh no, but they have Hader too, so probably in between them getting Hader.
That's a weird move by them, huh?
Yeah. I guess that's really it. I guess the only thing I would just ask you on your side of things, anything else you've been hearing?
Honestly, not really a whole lot, dude. Unfortunately, I've been hearing that. I don't know. Again, it's all obviously rumors, but it's like all like teams are gearing up for big moves this week, sort of deal. What they would be, and I kind of doubt that big moves are even going to happen this week. I think we're seeing a lot of just like we talked about, qualifying offers, smaller contracts being signed, players being signed that you kind of assume that was going to happen already. So I think it's going to kind of lay low for a little bit, and then hopefully right after Thanksgiving, I think it's going to start popping off. But I haven't really been hearing anything crazy, dude. I mean, Mets are every other day. If like, they're in the market for like an Ohtani or whatever, and it's just like,
Two things.
When is this going to happen?
To close out this out.
What do you got,
the Mets for a couple days now. I don't know when the 40-man rosters are due, but been murmurs. Seems like on the smaller side of things, but there would be some type of trade between the Rays and the Mets.
Glass now is what I was hearing.
Glass now, but then I think they walked that back. I don't know, some other. But it's like if you're not getting Glass now, I mean, who really cares?
Yeah, what are we doing?
But who knows? Maybe these guys for coming out of Tampa,
Kiermaier, dude. Like,
I mean, they're
come
usually
on.
pretty good. Yeah, that would be a nightmare.
Oh my god.
And then the other thing was, I guess Verlander is looking for the same contract as Max Scherzer. So what was that? Like 3 years, 120.
Yeah, it was like 43 a year.
So what's that? 129.
Yeah, about.
Do you think he'll get it?
Yeah, I do.
Who's giving it to him?
I think we talked about this yesterday. What did we say? L.A. Angels? Texas? Money to spend?
Texas.
Who knows? Possibly the Mets. I mean, I wouldn't enjoy the length out of there for his age. But I mean, him reuniting with Max Scherzer, it kind of makes a little sense here that he would want to come to the Mets. And I think Cohen would be like, I'd be a little stupid not to sign him.
What Tony, I have to give you credit. For a second, I was like reuniting with Max Scherzer, but little
Detroit.
Do we remember, but that was a
long time ago.
And do you know what team Scherzer started his career with? Go.
Was it?
Don't look it up.
Oh my god!
You're deflecting.
Was it not Detroit? I thought it was Detroit.
No.
Who was it?
Arizona.
Oh my goodness.
Started as a reliever. Might have went 0-9. I have to look this up. I think he went 0-9 or something ridiculous.
Wow.
But
it's funny you actually mentioned the don't look it up thing because I don't know if you've been like following this, Michael K and Rothenberg feud the past few days.
0-4, 3.05 ERA, 16 games, 7 out of the 7 starting, and then another full season, 9-11 before traded to Detroit, but continued feud, Rothenberg fighting, the party.
It's the Michael K just being jealous, honestly, is what it is, dude. But basically, Michael K is now saying how, there's no way Rothenberg is getting all these questions right and stump Rothenberg. Like, he's got to be like looking them up. Like, he has Siri on as they're getting asked the question, so it just listens and pulls up the answer for him or whatever. Absolutely ridiculous.
That's not out of the realm though. Is there show simulcast on ESPN Plus or no?
Is there what?
Is there
I don't
show?
think so.
Okay. Then also, I haven't mentioned this, but I do think with that it is a little bit cheap that he goes to Rick a lot because it's like, isn't it Stump Rothenberg? I would love to hear what Dave would say that. But like, that's the truth. You do go to Rick. Like you're bragging about your knowledge. You should do the whole thing yourself.
Yeah, and also it is like sometimes people are like, you'll be like, it's not this guy, and they're like, no, it's not that guy.
Listen to this though.
It's like people give him too much,
2009, Scherzer traded by the Diamondbacks with Daniel Schlereth, son of former Bronco offensive lineman Mark Schlereth.
Wow.
To the Tigers from the Diamondbacks. The Tigers sent Grandy to the Yankees. The Tigers also sent Edwin Jackson to the Diamondbacks. The Yankees sent Phil Koch, Austin Jackson to the Tigers, and the Yankees also sent Ian Kennedy to the Diamondbacks. But
that's crazy trade going on there.
Yeah. And for a while, it seemed like, this worked out for everybody. But obviously we know Scherzer, head and shoulders above everyone else.
Right.
And, he was in Detroit, it looks like, for 5 seasons. So good stuff there.
Yeah.
Let's see. So I'm curious your guess here, including what he's going to make this season. Actually including next year. I know it's a player option, but let's say so the following year after next year. But you know what I'm saying. Total career earnings. Give me something. What's your guess?
Don't
look it up.
Wait. For Max Scherzer.
Yeah.
As like to date, with this next contract being fulfilled.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I have no idea. All right, obviously
the Nationals.
We know this contract. His deal with the Nationals. I mean, I know it was big, but it obviously wasn't as big. So, so we say this after this contract is 129, right? I don't know, dude. 300, 250.
So I'm gonna actually just get the calculator.
You have to do math. Here. Wow, is it that much?
Yeah.
Is over 300 million?
Actually, with some spare change, but it's over $350 million.
Wow, dude. What was his contract like with the Nationals?
It doesn't say. It just lists the salaries, but it's 17, 22 for 3 years, 37, 35, 34.
Scherzer, Nationals in
7 year, 210.
7. Yeah.
Go look it up.
What? You looked it up. Oh my God.
But yeah, I mean, everyone says too, like you think about long-term contracts, pitchers.
Yeah.
That was the best one by far.
By the way, Michael, this Bonitza is like
this
buttery.
is actually the best Bonitza I've ever had. The mic's off, I think.
Yeah. He said,
can we get a 1-2?
Yes, 1-2. You're on.
1-2.
You're on.
Oh,
You're
I'm
hot.
glad.
Yes,
I'm glad.
Although,
I knew it would be.
The meat Bonitza was also really good.
That's Tony's favorite.
I love the meat.
The meat.
You gotta have some meat in there, man.
It's all about the meat. But you know what else it's about, Tony? The world of the National Hockey League.
Here's Matthews. Scores! Hat-trick goal!
My goodness, this is a great shot.
Big hit on the far side by the car. He flattens Jordan's skull. Oh, my goodness.
That's the top right back. Terrified and robbed by Shesterkin. That's brilliance from Igor Shesterkin.
It's a breakaway to win it in overtime. McDavid scores the winner in overtime.
Saving the pipes.
Okay.
Devils 10 in a row. Is it 10 or 11?
10 in a row, baby.
5-1 over the Canadiens last night. 13-3. It's funny. My buddy Kevin Stackpole, big Devils fan.
Who?
Yep. Stacks. We call him Stacks. That's his name. But before the year, he was hyped about the Devils. But then again, he was hyped about them last year.
This guy's made up?
No, he's not made up. I haven't really got to talk to him about this, but he was so hyped, and he's got to be cheesing about this.
Bigger Devils fan than Mike? Oh,
tight. It's a tight race, I'm saying.
Probably is. I mean, he probably likes
He went to the season opener.
Oh,
yeah.
That's dope, dude.
Yeah. But Tony, I mean, give me something here. I mean, what are
the Devils?
What are your thoughts? 13-3. I mean, are we talking the Marty Brodeur days are back, or I mean, what's going on?
Marty Brodeur. I mean, their backup 10D, Vanacek, right? Having a great season. I would be interested to see what happens when Blackwood comes back, to be honest, because Blackwood's got to go. I mentioned it in the beginning of the season. If they want to be contending and make a deep run in the playoffs, they need a better goalie than Blackwood. But as of right now, their backup 10D is doing exactly what they need him to do. And on top of that, I mean, their offense is pumping. Jack Hughes, 2
Breaking
goals.
News.
It's better be good.
The Seattle Mariners have acquired outfielder Teoscar Hernandez from the Toronto Blue Jays.
Wow.
I am going to look up terms right now. But what's your thoughts there? I mean, Hernandez, a little bit of a disappointing season last year. Great year the year before. Seattle needing more offense. I mean, does it make sense?
I was just going to say, I think for Seattle, depending on the terms here, I think, Hernandez here brings some great speed to the outfield. He can cover a lot of ground. And I think his bat, if it comes around a little bit, he'll be a really big tool for them, for sure, for the Mariners.
The thing that
did you get duped?
No, not duped, but I just hate when they don't announce terms. Like, you announce Teoscar, you know who the other guys are.
Right. Brian's tight.
Well, just give me terms, no?
Yeah. Well, obviously it's not about who's accurate anymore. It's about who's there first. So Teoscar, put it out there. Teoscar.
Don't look it up.
Don't look it up.
How many home runs last year? Don't look it up.
Oh, disappointing season. I don't know. 20? 22?
I gotta look it up.
Oh. If I'm right with the 2022. As Buffer checks in, hey, fellas, what's up, Buffer?
What's up?
Buffer.
25.
Oh, pretty close.
But, so.
Wait, real quick.
Oh, breaking news.
No, I was just thinking
breaking news. Cue it.
I was thinking about this earlier.
Go. Don't look it up.
About Buffer. I was thinking about this earlier. Dude, I feel like he's going to just show up one day and
kill us all.
We're not going to be here?
No. Yeah, actually, that'd be funny. No, because he could be watching the stream and then know to be
during the stream. Yeah.
And I think it's just going to be hilarious.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Dude.
I think at this point he knows we know
we're on
to him.
Yeah. No
it
BS.
Is someone we know.
You think it is someone we know?
It has to be.
I don't think so.
Why wouldn't you show yourself? It's so weird to me.
Yeah.
But I mean, people enjoy the anonymity.
I think honestly he's cheesing right now, listening to this.
Loves it.
I think he's having a beer with Solo Locks right now.
No way.
Yep.
I know it's
Yep.
busted.
Solo Locks.
But Tony, what I was gonna say, 2021 Hernandez, 32 jacks, 116 ribbies.
Wow.
OPS 870 this year. OPS down to 807.
Ooh.
Gonna be 30 years old.
Wow, is he really 30?
Yeah.
Shit.
What type of year you think we're looking at in between those years? Same as last year. What do you think?
How many ribbies did you say? 80?
77. The year before was 116.
As Brian would say, give me 32 jacks. Okay, and maybe I don't know, 108 ribbies.
You know what else is
290
interesting?
ERA, batting average.
I mean, trading away 2 outfielders. Is is Nimmo headed to Toronto?
Oh, maybe. As Buffer comes in actually with some shade here. Solo Locks was annoying. I will never hang with him.
Wait, you mean when he just wouldn't stop talking about his
Buffer
picks and
did
not
mention that.
acknowledging anything else?
Yeah, Buffer did mention that
A while ago, yeah.
Yeah, a while ago. He wasn't a big fan of solo locks. But yeah, that is interesting. I mean, Toronto's got to make up some ground here in the outfield. Judge?
I'm just trying to see. I can't believe we don't have a trade package here.
I mean, it happens, dude.
Last thing, I'm gonna look it up.
This is it. Don't look it up. Don't look it up.
Can't look it up. All right. Well, we'll find out eventually, Tony.
Well, anyway.
Yeah. I mean, where do you like put the Devils Eastern Conference? Top 3, top 2, top 5?
Oh my gosh, Eastern Conference. I mean, I guess when you think about it, right? You got Bruins, you got Rangers, you got Islanders. I think at this point, I mean, obviously the record, I mean, speaks for itself. They're up there with the Bruins. They would be top 2 as of now. It should be interesting to see how kind of their offense progresses. I mean, look at you're looking at someone like I mentioned Jack Hughes. Before the breaking news, he had 2 goals and an assist last night. Former first rounder pick, 4th year in the league, I want to say. Not only first round pick, but first pick overall for the Devils. And his first couple of years, he did close to nothing. I mean, it was like 10 goals, maybe 13 assists, 15 assists. Very slow start for Jack Hughes. Last year, breakout year. I want to say he had like, I don't know, 25 goals, 30 some odd or 40 some odd assists, something like that. And he's kind of on pace. I think it was maybe 26 and 35, whatever it was. Finally his breakout year. And now he's, I think, sitting at like 8 goals, 12 assists so far throughout the season. And you would kind of expect, these 2-goal games to kind of continue for him the way he's been playing, the way he's kind of trending upward for the Devils. And that is just Jack Hughes, not to mention the rest of the talent on the team. So, I mean, it's super impressive. You're looking at, a 10-game winning streak. That is no fluke. You don't just win 10 games in the NHL off of a whim or being lucky, as, some people may say. But yeah, it's super great. Their schedule will be interested to see how far they take this winning streak. Brian, are you aware of the current record for most games won consecutively in the regular season? Take a guess. Oh, yes, Brian. Got you. Don't look it up.
I honestly don't know. I know the Blackhawks were close and they had the faulty streak because they included the overtime losses, but I don't know. What is it?
It's 17 by
Canadiens?
The Penguins. In the 1992 to 90,
Mario Lemieux,
92 to 93
right? Or no?
Season. No, you're correct. I don't know if Yager was probably still on the team by then. But that streak was ended at 17 by a 6-6 tie against the New Jersey Devils.
Wow. Any thoughts?
Brian doesn't give a shit, honestly.
No, I said wow.
It's just like fire Glenn, get rid of Halak.
Yeah, he's tight about the Rangers.
I'll buy the team.
But I was just gonna say,
I tried to tell Brian how.
Rangers don't
wait, real
suck,
quick.
What are you talking about?
How funny will it be if the Devils win the Stanley Cup this year in Brian's only 2nd year of liking hockey, and he had a chance to be a Devils fan?
Yeah, it'd be Eddie Mush situation for Brian, honestly, at that point. Yeah, because they blew it in the playoffs because of you, and now they're gonna blow it this year.
Oh, look at him pointing when you point 1-3 are pointing right back at
I'm pointing my whole hand at you, bro. Open palm. How about that?
That's just ridiculous. But listen, it's professional sports. Anything can happen. And speaking to that, Tony,
what is
Sharks 5-2 over the Knights? I mean, starting tender too.
Who'd you pick? The Knights?
Yeah. I mean, just anything can happen. Look ahead.
Oh yeah. It could be that. I mean, we talked about. That's Michael. Jack Eichel was a huge part of their offense so far this season. He only had 1 goal last night, right? Not a lot. Timo Meier had a big power play goal, to kind of put them up 3-2. And at that point, Knights forced the empty netter, and they gave up 2 goals in the empty netter. So in reality here, they kind of won this game 3-2, right? Without the 2 empty net goals. So it really is a tight game. I mean, I don't think it's anything to be like, whoa about. But I mean, Vegas, relies on Eichel and Jonathan Marchessault over there, who actually did have the other goal. So I mean, it's nothing crazy. I mean, it's just Vegas having a 2-goal night, not really being able to lean heavily on their defense, and then giving up a stupid penalty third period. And I mentioned Timo Meyer, right? Was that guy who kind of get the power play goal there to put them up. I mean, that's just a bad play on Vegas. It's a 2-2 game. You're giving up a penalty. That's bad. You can't be doing that in a tight game late in the third period, no less. You're looking, at overtime where you put Eichel on the ice in a 3-3 situation. I mean, I would take Eichel, 9 times out of 10. Of course, San Jose, has Logan Couture, but I mean, Eichel at this point probably has a few legs up on speed compared to Couture. So, I mean, really, it's a really stupid loss for Vegas. It really could have went their way if they went into overtime. But I mean, obviously, I know, Thompson up there, 24 saves on 27 shot attempts. Maybe he could have had a couple of those goals back, but I mean, you really can't do much when, you give a power play goal. I mean, you're down a man. You can't really blame him as much. So, I mean, yeah, tough loss for Vegas. I wouldn't look anything into it, though, Brian.
Yeah, no, I think they're going to be just fine.
Yeah.
And then really, I mean, looking around the league, Buffalo falling again. They've been scuffling 5-4 to the Canucks.
Still on the skid here.
Florida, winners of 3 out of 4. Bobrovsky looks like he's back.
41 saves last night, I think.
Yeah, 41 out of 43.
Yeah,
5-2 over the Caps. Is the sky falling in Pittsburgh? 5-2 Maple Leafs over the Penguins.
Honestly, I think I don't think the sky is falling. But obviously you're seeing, I think Pittsburgh throughout the season, they're going to be playing these younger, quicker teams. The Penguins are old, man.
Right.
I mean, Evgeny Malkin still has the big body, still has the dangles, but is he as quick? He has got that bad knee. He came off that heavy injury last year. Sidney Crosby may be losing a few legs. I know he's still scoring. Excuse me, Crosby. But when you think about it, I mean, Bunting last night for Toronto, 2 goals and an assist. He's a young guy, 27 here. I mentioned, about obviously, Matthews being 25, Tavares probably their old guy at this point. Mitch Marner being another young guy on the team. I mean, you're putting old against the youth right now. I think Pittsburgh is going to have these issues against these really quick teams throughout the season because I don't think they can keep up, especially the defense. I was kind of surprised when they re-signed Letang. I know Letang's a good defenseman. He's smart, good IQ here. But is he going to be able to keep up with the speedy youngsters in the league? I don't think so, dude. I think they're in a serious issue here. The sky could be potentially falling in Pittsburgh. I think
Tony just straight up. I'm doing work over here, folks, right? And I'm listening to Tony right now. It's hilarious. It's funny. You convinced yourself that the sky is falling.
I know. I kind of did at this point, right? I kind of did.
When you listen to that,
at first I was like, "Well,
you said the sky's not falling." And then I like the last, and now it's like the sky may be falling.
Because when you really think about it, I mean, maybe Pittsburgh has a good regular season, but honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I mean, them to have good results in the postseason at this point, doubtful, very doubtful. They make it, yeah, probably, but to go deep, I say nay.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Maybe they'll make some moves. Time will tell. And I know I'm putting the cart in front of the horse here, but I was just looking up future games. We only got 3 tonight. Obviously, we'll pick them. But
Rangers, Pittsburgh, what?
No. Well, the Rangers play the Kraken tomorrow. But I was just gonna say the Coyotes are in Las Vegas tomorrow, and I'm just logging this one in advance, or I mean, whatever. But I'm just saying if it's there, I'll take it. Coyotes are gonna beat the Knights tomorrow. Well rested, Vizmelka, overlooked spot for the Knights. You could circle that one.
Brian, look ahead, huh?
Back bender. Is it 3 in a row they've lost? Did they lose all 3 games to
Arizona?
Oh no, they beat the Islanders, but they lost to the Devils and the Rangers.
Yes, correct.
So just something to circle on the calendar. I did mention 3 games tonight. 2 on TNT. You got Blues Blackhawks at 7:30, Kings Oilers at 10, and then the ESPN Plus game, the Sabres at the Senators. What do you got for me, Tony?
Oh man, okay. So doing one each and then a heads up.
Yep.
Do you want? I guess it doesn't really matter. You know what? I'm gonna go out ahead here on a limb and take the dog and the Sabres. I know they're on the road against Ottawa. I know Ottawa is like way like West Coast Canada. It's not really an easy trip for the Buffalo people here, but I do think Sabres get off the schneid tonight. I know I picked them last night and they didn't really exactly help me. But I want to say they've beaten the Senators already this season. So also, we know Senators not that great. Underwhelming start so far for the acquisitions they've had in the offseason. So give me Buffalo. I think, so far, I know Chachuk is the big guy in Ottawa. But look at Thompson here in Buffalo, 21 points to Chachuk's 20. He also has more goals. And I think the offense is a little bit more spread out from around Buffalo when they have it. Obviously, they're on this skid here. So I would say give me Buffalo based on their scoring. I mean, they scored 4 goals against Vancouver. I think they can score 4 goals again against Ottawa. So give me Buffalo 4-3.
All right. And the dogs are barking, Tony.
Again, let's Chicago?
Blackhawks,
I
yep.
knew it.
The Blues, have not been playing well. I could see Patty Mazurek, having one of those 40 save games here. Maybe Patrick Kane. He only has 2 goals this season so far. I could see him having, a goal and a lower scoring game. But I'm going to say Blackhawks at home, the United Center. We know they get a little rowdy there with the beer. So I'm going to say 3-1 Blackhawks over the Blues. 6-9 it would be with a loss.
Love it.
Starting the season. Are they going to make the playoffs?
Blues or Chicago?
Both.
Chicago, nay. Blues, possibly. I don't know if you heard actually, but yesterday Blues announced that basically, in terms of trading, everyone on their team's up for grabs except for O'Reilly and I think Carew.
Rod Carew?
What?
Rod Carew?
Yeah, Rod Carew. So that leaves like Shen, Tarasenko, Binnington as well. All these players kind of, up for the possibility of getting traded from St. Louis. St. Louis seems to kind of want to do a little bit of a rebuild here. I'm a little surprised about that. But I think it is time to get Tarasenko somewhere new, change the scenery for him. But yeah, I love it. So Blues could look like an entirely different team come trade deadline. So you never know. Chicago, I think they're kind of dead in the water here. As my mother checks in, hello, Anthony, she says. And she says to Michael, are you laughing at my Anthony? They're laughing
not
with
at
me.
him.
Yeah, no, with me.
With him.
Yeah. And my mother says to Brian specifically, I will be sending home your cheesecake this weekend.
Can you play the bite? The more cheesecakes, the better, no? I was actually, it's funny that you
I was going to ask about cheesecake, see if you're going to go.
You wanted the let's go bite? Well, you got to be more specific, dude.
Let's go! We're excited for cheesecake. Very much.
That's what it's going to feel like.
Very much so appreciate
Dude, I
that.
can't wait to be eating cheesecake on the show. It's going to be outrageous fun, dude.
Unbelievable.
But that leaves one game here. And I'm really interested to see where you're going to go here because I feel like you're getting a little, into the Kings here in LA, but obviously Oilers is basically your team. So,
well, we have to go opposite sides. So how do we determine who gets the first pick?
You pick because I want to know who you would pick in this instance. I have a feeling you're going to go with a certain team here.
I definitely have a thought.
Yeah,
in my mind.
No, Evander Kane.
Let's see.
No, don't check Daily Face-Off.
Daily Face-Off?
Go
Daily Face-Off. Just to
let's
check.
see. Daily Face-Off.
But are they better with Skinner in that? That's the question.
They definitely are, dude.
Stuart Skinner, give me the Oilers.
Stuart Skinner unconfirmed.
Peterson is the halak of the West Coast.
Peterson. He's not that great, dude. Yeah. But I feel like he's been with LA for like a while. No?
Yeah. Well, I'm new at this, Tony. But
28 years old. Let's look at some stats here. LA since 2018. Yeah. So he's been with them forever.
How do you feel about having Cal and the Kings?
Me?
Yeah.
I'll take my chances.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's what we got for NHL.
Dude, I love that matchup. What a head-to-head, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I really that's gonna be a nice late night.
My mother wants to know: do you like the cherries on top of the cheesecake?
We're
on
not
the
like
side?
Anthony over here who doesn't like any toppings.
Mother, I'm gonna say one with the cherries, one without. Okay, let's have some. Let's be real here.
Tony, I'm catching you off guard here. So
Oh,
I just thought about this, and I have to admit, I did get the idea from Rick and Dave, and I didn't even actually hear their full rankings here. So we're gonna introduce a new segment, but let's just go now to the world of the National Football League.
Whoa!
101, 2 touchdowns.
To Evans. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
How about that throw?
Sam Darnold blasted. Oh my goodness, did he take a hit?
In trouble once. Brings him down.
Loft one from Odell Beckham Jr. Got it down. Touchdown.
My thought was, and I heard them going power rankings for NFL today, and I was thinking, Wednesday is a good power ranking day. We don't have any football games.
Love it.
Thursday night football, the week starting, tomorrow, obviously, with the Packers and the Titans. So I want to do a weekly top 5. We'll document these teams in the NFL, and let's just give it a crack here. Do you want to go first? You want me to go first?
You want me to just top 5 teams from like this week?
Like just
right
this
now,
week,
power
nothing
rankings.
to do with who they're playing. Just who you feel are the best 5 teams.
Sure, I can give it a crack here.
All right.
Do you like rank it top 5 or any 5? And it doesn't matter what rank.
Rank it top 5, starting with number 1.
Oh, starting with number 1. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I would say number 1 right now. I would say with the way they've been playing, especially, I think the Eagles loss definitely, I think hurts them a lot. I'm going to say Dolphins, honestly, is number 1.
So Miami.
Yeah. Tua, the quarterback. I feel like Tua's been playing like absolutely off his rocker to start off. We don't know there are a few acquisitions on defense as well with the trade deadline here. I'll say Dolphins. You just want me to rip it through?
Yeah.
Okay. And then I guess give me Eagles.
Philly. Okay.
Right. Chiefs.
Okay.
Vikings.
I
guess give me the Niners.
I like that one. All right.
You see your Jimmy G man boy at the I don't know what basketball game it was at.
Oh, he was there.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know.
Probably the Warriors.
Cheerleaders were trying to talk
they
to
were
him.
dabbing him up. All of them came. Every single one came over specifically.
And he didn't
to
talk
him.
to them. He was like, "Yep,
And
thank
he
you."
was
bye."
like chilling with the boys. Get out of here.
"Yeah, you would like it. It was all boys. No,
All
no
boys,
play.
dude. Yeah.
All right. So number 1 for me,
What do you got?
Kansas City.
Ooh, okay.
I realized how that just sounded.
Number 2, I'm gonna go with Miami. Number 3, I'm gonna go with the Vikings.
Nice.
Number 4, I'm gonna go with the Bills. And number 5, I'm gonna go with San Francisco.
Hey.
So little different
Jimmy G,
here.
man.
But basically, you think Miami is the best team in the NFL.
Yeah.
I think Kansas City. And do you feel like, I know we were just saying right now, but also would you feel the same way in terms of most likely to win the Super Bowl?
I guess like most likely to win the Super Bowl. I guess you can go Kansas City. They're just so like anything could happen at any moment for them. On the offensive side of the ball, Mahomes is obviously very elusive, great throwing the ball. they could literally score. He can just be just him and Kelsey driving down the field for a drive, So, and there's really not much you can do about it because Kelsey's he's that much of an animal where you could double him and he's still snagging balls. So, I guess I would go Chiefs, most likely to win.
Okay. Yeah, I would. That's why I have him number 1.
Yeah.
So I just think Mahomes. I think Mahomes is going to end up winning. I think 3 is low. I almost think he's going to win.
He's going to
4.
break
He already
Brady's
has
record.
1. You that's what you think. He's unbelievable. Imagine if we had him. We had the chance to draft him. We didn't do it, Michael. I don't want to hear about Wilson. If we had Mahomes, there would be nothing to talk about.
We'd be undefeated.
Oh my God. And it would have made sense too. The father pitches for the Mets in New York.
I've told you that story, right?
Yeah,
about Anita.
Anita.
It's one of my favorite stories.
So funny.
But hey,
Hilarious.
Patrick Mahomes not coming to the Jets. So,
Dude,
work
what
what we have.
happens? What happens? What happens? What happens? Riddle me this. What if at the end of the season, the Jets win the Super Bowl and Zach plays a little bit better than he has now, makes big plays in the playoffs? You know what I mean? But like around 300 yards most. The most.
Yep.
Are you happy?
Well, I mean, Super Bowl, of course you're going to be happy.
I don't know. You don't seem happy.
It's going to be hard without actually seeing it in front of me. But I'm talking Mahomes numbers. That's what I want, because I think when you're drafted number two overall, he was drafted higher up than Mahomes was in the draft. You know what I mean? So I'm expecting big production. So it doesn't need to be right now, but it kind of needs to be next season. And we need to see signs of it this season.
I know.
It needs to be right now.
I know.
Right now. Speaking of
Tony.
right now, we do have the PGA Tour starting tomorrow. So I guess that technically didn't make sense, but whatever. RSM Classic. I had mentioned this last week. This one at Sea Island Golf Club, St. Simons Island, Georgia. A little bit of a wacky field. Finau was in, but after the win, long week.
Little bit of an oddball.
He withdraws. We still have some guys that we're familiar with here. Seamus Power, Webb Simpson, Sahith Thagala, two-time RSM champ Robert Streb, Mackenzie Hughes, Keith Mitchell, Jason Day, Joel Damon, Justin Rose, and Kevin Kisner. So a little bit of an oddball, Tony, but give me something here. Who's winning the tournament? You're trying to go back-to-back weeks that either me or you predict a winner? I had Finau last week. Sahith would make sense. Weak field, talented golfer, young, up and coming. I like the correlation. So
let's do it. Let's get it.
I'm going to go with a guy who hasn't won in quite some time. Former PGA champion, Jason Day. Very inconsistent. Has had back issues, vertigo back in the day.
Say vertigo?
Yeah.
Wow. How'd he travel?
He finds a way.
Good for him.
So good stuff there. So that'll get underway tomorrow. And hey, world of golf, good stuff as always. Michael, very good there. Any thoughts?
Knicks.
Yeah.
Win
last night. Jazz. Was it overtime?
Big win. Yeah, yeah. You know what? Yeah, it's funny. I kind of was. It's gonna sound weird. I was rooting for the Jazz. I'm rooting for the Jazz right now as a team because I hate what's his name? GM, president of basketball operations.
Leon Rose?
No, on the Jazz.
Danny Ainge.
I hate Danny Ainge, so I want the Jazz to win because he tanked for Wada Wonga.
What?
the French kid. He tanked for him. He got rid of everybody thinking they're gonna be trash, and here comes Lauri Markkanen averaging 30 and 10 a game with Colin Sexton leading the way as their point guard, which I like those two.
Kelly Olynyk.
Dude, let's go.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for the Jazz, but I don't know. I'm sick. I told you where I'm at with them. I want Julius out of here. And he's putting up numbers, dude. His numbers are great. It's a perfect trade piece right now.
But you gotta be in a tough spot.
They're not gonna trade him though.
Right here, though. Because you were looking forward to this year. You know what I mean? And then now you're in this mindset.
But dude, it's like I'm in between.
Yeah.
It's like Stranger Things here, Tony. On one side, they've got a good young team, but then on the other, I know they're not going to be anything but 500. So they're not going to win a championship they're not going to go to the second round. They're not going to go deep in the playoffs with this team. I don't care. Because it's just not, it's just like they need him out and they need someone in.
Yeah. We'll see if they can make it happen, right?
They're not gonna. They're too scared, bro. Everybody's scared.
Would your lock of the night tonight be Nuggets covering the 3.5 at home against the Knicks? 10 o'clock?
No, Knicks are taking this.
Really?
Wow, they went down to 3.5. I don't know if you saw this when I was listening to Dave this morning, and it was at 9.5. And I guess they didn't realize that Djokovic was not playing.
Speaking of Djokovic,
so they took it down.
No, I know. Well, but I actually was going to say something about Djokovic, but
not Djokovic.
Continue this.
Sorry, whatever.
He's not playing tonight.
He's not.
It's over. We
He's
won.
out.
We're winning.
Yep.
But it was at
Ish
9.5.
Smith
Dude, should have bet
out.
it. Should have bet it.
Aaron Gordon day to
You
day.
should have bet it.
Mitchell
then.
Robinson
Yeah,
remains
should have bet it
out.
then. That's what they were saying, but they took it down. Middle of the show, Dave was like, it's gone.
But they got Murray.
Wow.
No, but yeah, without Jokic, yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
who did
And
they know?
Djokovic, dude.
Murray's not the same right now. You know Murray's still getting back.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. I would take the Knicks. I would definitely take the Knicks. So on the money line too, put a couple shekels. Could be a nice payday.
Jamal Murray?
Throw a couple shekels up there. Could be a nice payday. Last bit of news though.
Oh, boy.
Not related to this, but you reminded me.
11-11.
Tennis?
Yes, tennis.
Let's go.
Djokovic special visa in
Really?
for the Australian Open.
Yeah, baby.
Let's go, our guy.
Our guy.
Is he winning?
Yeah,
He has
dude,
to at
he's
this point. Dude.
torching
Let
the
me take
field.
this one, Michael. He is torching the competition.
The only thing I would say about him, he's amazing.
He is.
Any thought about some illegal drug usage? He's older, but he seems like he's by far the best. I'm talking about like steroids.
Why don't we talk about that with LeBron then?
Yeah, really. I'll talk
What
about
the
that.
hell?
Anyone else? Yeah, with Brady, you'd be like, oh, illegal drugs.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
already did say that about Brady.
Yeah,
Does
I know.
LeBron too.
LeBron.
Well, that's different
Why?
No.
because it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is because you
You
can tell he
can't-
works.
No, stop it. They're all on steroids in the NBA. But anyway,
Not in the tennis association, though.
I feel like tennis, you don't need to be.
Well,
And
if
some-
you don't want to be injured though, that's
Some dudes are lucky though.
Yeah.
Like
you
some
need,
guys
you
are
need
lucky
like elasticity,
in their careers.
and you need some longevity. I mean, these guys are old. They need some good bones, some good
And
muscles.
dude, think about it now.
Steroids deteriorates your body over time. You can't be playing tennis like that.
They have
Dude.
such good technology now
Yeah.
for recovery
Mhm.
stuff. Dude.
Love the technology.
It's not like anything that you give
Yeah.
anybody's thinking. It's so much even
Yeah.
more advanced.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
with like the cryogenic bullshit, the ice
the
tub,
ice chambers,
freaking-
dude.
the
Yeah.
chambers,
Oh
bro.
my
Not
god.
even
the
just the tubs. You think
chambers,
you're using
Brian?
tubs?
No,
They got
chambers.
up to your neck.
You know what I just think tennis needs though? The next
Fights?
John McEnroe, the next Andy Roddick. You know what
The
I mean?
next
we
James
need
Blake.
American tennis players.
The next
Oh,
Manny
Manny
Santiago.
The next
Santiago.
Manny Santiago.
I said word. Ain't never told no lie.
Tony, do you have anything coming up today?
No.
No. When's the next episode?
Screen time Friday.
Friday.
Yes.
Any thought on the subject?
Oh, we
matter?
actually have a few things up
Oh.
on the agenda.
Okay.
One, and this is probably Michael's favorite, honestly, is the new Magic Mike movie. Michael's totally, he thought I was going some way, but I went the other way.
I did.
As well as a
You
Lilo
should
and
have felt my
Stitch
inside
movie.
of
Yeah,
excitement.
oh gosh. And then Michael also want to talk about this other thing, which is
So I don't know if you guys know this thing called Pokemon. Ash finally has become the Pokemon
dude, after
champion.
like 27 years or whatever it is.
Am I going to be able to tell this, Barnes? Or
Oh, does that bother you when
No,
you're
you have
talking?
no
Someone's
shot
interrupting
at
you?
all saying
Oh,
They even announced it in Japan, dude. They like Times Square. They had it in the screens, him winning it against Charizard, dude.
dude,
Have
that's
you seen the
dope,
battle?
dude. Yeah,
No, you
yeah.
haven't.
Dude, that's like when they put Seinfeld up in New York Times Square.
Anyway, no one cares. Pokemon's way better. And what was the other bit of
Arguably,
news? I have
arguably.
one more bit of news that's serious for screen time. Screen time.
What about Screen Time? It's a show we do.
News.
Dude, are you serious? This is the thing that I thought you were gonna say. Yes.
2025 announced young adults Avatar Last Airbender movie confirmed. Netflix, Nickelodeon.
Look out for it.
Can't wait.
Yeah, Nick and Brian.
Good stuff though.
Mhm.
What a day, what a life or no?
Oh,
What a show. What a life, dude.
Last
What
thing,
a
Tony,
show,
I know
what
I
a
keep
life.
putting you on the spot here. What's our number one headline tomorrow? This spot, same time, same place. What do we got? What's going to be the talk?
Devils can't be stopped. Rangers need
They're not
to
even
fire
playing
their
tonight.
coach right now. And DeGrom ends up with the Stros.
Wow.
With the Stros, interesting.
Yeah, he's
Um,
tight. He's tight at New York in general.
I think no baseball headlines, obviously, tomorrow. Biggest headline might be something hockey, I guess. Glenn fired. What's up?
Wow. I'm going to say Connor McDavid, 4 goals tonight.
No way.
You heard it here first.
Cal Peterson shut out.
Cal Peterson carted off.
Oh,
Oh man, but like I said, what a day, what a life, and
What a show,
Really
what a life.
enjoyed, talking it over with everyone today. Will be more to discuss tomorrow.
wait a minute. Before though, Djokovic conspiracy taking a special drink during games.
One step ahead.
He also says, good show, fellas.
Thank you, Prefer. And thank you, everyone else, for tuning in and continuing to comment, like, and subscribe. Archives, YouTube page, Tony, Michael, Renee, and Costume, as well as the merch, downtimetv.com. Everybody enjoy the day, enjoy the games, and we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.